Hey, welcome to Dwarven Forge Live.
Woo! We are back.
Wait,
We're back.
this is on the Anvil episode, I don't know, 70 something? Where
not
are we?
even close. 67. I'm really upset we didn't get two more in here. I would have loved for today to have been. If we got one more in, that would mean the first stream of Reliquary. Well,
Wait a minute, yeah, we'll get there.
All right.
Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live and Dwarven Forge Live on the Anvil. I don't know what it is, but we've been off the air for 3 weeks. We just got back on. We were having a hard time with our tech setup today. We're all over the place.
It was all ready, and then 30 seconds before launch, you were like, "Can you set up a second monitor?"
Well, and then I didn't turn my mic on, and then But we're preparing for our Kickstarter, which launches exactly 1 week from now. So things are a little crazy. We were maybe a little less slept than the usual. Maybe a little more haggard than the usual.
We're usually known for being one of the most slept people in the business.
Buttoned up.
Yeah.
Clean cut. Anyway, this is On the Anvil. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge, show you what we're working on, what we're thinking about, and wait a second. We hang out and have a beverage for 2 hours and talk about terrain and all things.
There's some ciders in the menu.
Yeah,
right there. You want me to grab?
This is like so gone off the rails. I'm Nate, and over here,
I'm Chris.
Hi, how's it good? How does it feel to be back, Chris?
It feels great. I'm excited about this.
You want a cider?
We had to miss the last couple of weeks, but the production room was a bit of a mess. We're on a level 4 hype train, by the way.
We're a bit of a mess.
Thank you. I have missed most of what's been going on in the chat the last couple of seconds.
I missed most of what's going on in the world, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Chris, where's the hat?
We have a hat?
My beanie's on my desk in the media room right now. I've been running around.
Well, guess what? Tonight, we are going to give you a full, unadulterated, no-holds-barred preview of our Kickstarter, which launches in a week. We're going to show you everything, except for the couple of stretch goals which don't actually physically exist yet. But we're going to show you every single sculpt, walk you through all the everything. And we're going to have a giveaway in the middle, and who knows what's going to happen between A and B. Right?
I'm tired.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, let's...
You're the only one.
Yeah, basically, we'll talk about it after this.
Woo!
Let's get the news done first.
Let's go to the news. See if does that button still work?
Where did I put the news button on this? It's been a while. I've got 36 buttons here. One of these is the news button. It's this one.
It's the news! News!
Oh, God, he's loud.
News!
He's loud. Got it.
News! It's the news! It's the news. Man, having 3 weeks off has been like, I feel like it's been 3 years. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
we are off there.
It's authentically, it's been a while since we did, but at the same time, like, it feels like it was 2 days ago at the same time. It feels like the 3 weeks just.
No, it doesn't feel like 2 days. I don't know.
Well, it feels like it didn't. I don't know. It feels like it was.
What is
went
time?
by extremely fast.
Speaking of going by extremely fast, I don't know what I'm segueing to. What's the news?
Sly Flourish's Kickstarter is going to be going away in 24 hours. This is.
Woo! Actually, that's a sad thing because no, it's a good thing. It's kind of fun. Dude, he's over 300K. Really well. It's his biggest. It's biggest one. It's so awesome. I don't know if you guys haven't read the Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master or the Lazy Dungeon Master. Highly recommend. Fantastic DM advice. And this is his third one in the series. It's going to be a blockbuster. It already is. He's made 300K. Day left to go. It's gonna be a really good. I don't know. I'm really excited about this book.
Basically, yeah. If you're a DM who was ever stressed out about being prepped,
every DM ever is stressed out about being prepped.
Yeah, exactly. He's the people's DM.
Did he really?
That didn't mean anything.
No. So go check it out.
Yeah.
Chris will drop a link in the chat if you haven't. I bet you 85% of the people watching have already backed this Kickstarter.
I think
because they're smart cookies and they
want
to get better at DMing.
There's a lot of crossover between DF people and Sly Flourish people.
Well, and Sly Flourish is a DF people, and it's all.
Yeah. We talk about him all the time. He talks about us.
Mike's a good dude.
Yeah, Mike's great.
Boom. That's the news.
Other things. We're really only going to cover a couple broad, big topics today, and then just get into everything about Reliquaries. So let's do a quick check. I know a lot of people have been wondering about the status of the second Wildlands shipment that was supposed to be on a boat last week.
It's not on a boat.
Yeah, we were also wondering about
I'm going to
that
sing
ship.
the news today.
Did we know that it's not on a boat for sure?
I said it's not on a boat.
So we know for sure it's not on the boat?
Didn't we just say it again? It's not on a boat.
You told me right before this that we didn't know.
I know. It's not on a boat.
Okay.
Dude,
All right.
I broke Chris. It's in the UPS, like it's in a container, but it's not on a boat. It's waiting. It's supposed to go out on the 1st, which is Monday.
Nice.
But we'll see. It was also supposed to go out like a week ago, and it didn't. So whatever. So the second container's on a boat. First container is still en route.
Nice.
And we'll be here right in the smack dab in the middle of Reliquaries, so
The
that's
nice
gonna be
thing-
really fun to
The
start.
nice thing is that once they get on the boat, like once the boat is on the water, they never really just like stop. You know?
No, there's no
Once it's on the water, it kind of has to
sightseeing.
keep going.
It has to keep going. Well,
Yeah.
the next thing, well, A, there could be a big old storm, and B, there could be some nonsense in customs, like when they stopped all the lizard folk because they thought they were real lizards. And this
It's
is
a
real
good thing
story.
that the Wildlands doesn't have any pieces in it that sound like wildlife.
No flora, no fauna.
Doesn't sound like any flora or fauna.
Yeah, we're importing like exotic ferns and stuff. They're like slinkroot tree. Oof, we better check that out.
The were-tigers are probably going to raise some eyebrows.
Where? Anyway, so we'll keep you posted on that. The update is going to go out Friday. I mean, it has to, end of the month is Sunday, and it's not going out on Sunday. It's a high holiday. It's
the earlier
Halloween.
it gets out, the less we have to worry about it.
Yep. So that'll go out on Friday. Hopefully we'll know maybe a little more then. Oh, I do know this. I know this, Chris.
The next, so this next batch is sort of a bunch of forest stragglers. The next container going out conceptually late November is mountain stuff, and then we have next container is swamp, which is going out in December, ? Meanwhile, a bunch of international stuff is going to get packed and start going out. Forest and mountain are going to start going out in the middle of November to some international folks, stuff that's going straight from the factory. And I think we have the containers to Europe are going out also maybe mid-November.
Nice.
Container or something. I don't know. So it'll be in the update, but we're moving. It's a going.
We're making schmooze, baby.
Yeah. Not as fast as we'd like, but it is at least moving. Speaking of moving.
Speaking of moving, you know those new sets that we put in the store during the last restock?
Oh, I heard they all sold out in 2 minutes.
Yeah, the restock was completely over after 2 minutes. The new stuff was some of the highest selling stuff, which is really nice. That restock did really well.
It was great for us. Although it was
Yeah.
also then a mess because we got close to 1,000 orders in 3 days or something, and normally we get like 20 orders in a day, and so it was a lot. So it was a little backed up.
I think even for like restocks, that was a lot for us.
Customer service is a little backed up with a lot of questions and whatever. But
Yeah.
here's the other thing: we really messed up. We bundled in a skeletons from the closet, right? Every year we do a thing where we clear out the reserves, right? So we keep a few of every set. We keep a few in there in case somebody, like when we sell out, we have maybe a buffer of 5 or sometimes even 8 or something in case there's a return or a broken thing or something goes awry, like we have a reserve. But at some point, particularly if we're going to retire sets or whatever, we say, you know what? It's safe to now like clear out this reserve. So we did it last year. We called it like skeletons from the closet or something, right? And it was a big set. People
Final
like
few or something.
something like that. I don't know. I wanted to call it skeletons from the closet. In my mind, that's what we called it. I don't know if we did, but anyway, we made the mistake of rolling that in with as double restock all at the same time to make it like a bonanza, and it was a big mistake because there's like 2 of these sets or 3 of these sets, 2 catacomb sets that were in reserve to go out. And so there's all this stuff in the listings. We had this really great roundup so you could see what was there. It was all together in one place. And then within like a minute, half the stuff sells out because it's these sets that are 2 ofs and 3 ofs and whatever. And then everybody's like, well, look, all this stuff sold out. I don't understand why you guys didn't get anything. What's going on? And it was not super well communicated and bundling all together.
I don't think anything that we actually restocked has sold out yet.
No,
Some
we
of
still
them
got tons of it.
Some of them have like sold a lot.
We've
but-
got some Underdoom, we got some Ice, we got some Vaulted Dungeons, we got all sorts of fun stuff. We got all the Rabbit Special. We've got new
Shout out
Tudor
to,
buildings and Fieldstone buildings. It's awesome. It's a fun collection of reconfigures.
Shout out to Rabbit. I think one of
Rabbit.
the things we should do is shout out to Rabbit. He put a picture in the Discord. He bought 2 of the small watchtowers and he crossed out small watchtower and wrote Rabbit Special on the label. That was very cute.
So good. To you, Mr. Rabbit.
To you. you did get your LED lantern posts. I think those are coming in the next one, right?
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure LED lantern posts and the braziers. Braziers.
Dude, tell us more about these braziers, Chris. What?
Well, they're cast in Dwarvenite, so they're indestructible.
LED illuminated?
Fully modular.
So I don't know what's in the next release. I've been focused on Reliquaries, but yeah, we'll worry about that one when it comes. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're trying to keep stuff. We're trying to reorder the things that are popular as quickly as we can.
I think one of the things that would help is maybe we just take. You know how we had like an automatic. You click on it, it takes you to just the restock sets. And like filters all that stuff for you. Maybe we should make it so it filters out the out of stock stuff. So when the reserve stuff sells out,
or just not put the reserves in with it. Like just do two separate things or whatever. Like it was.
I suppose.
It just tainted the.
We'll see.
But anyway, what's done is done. Sorry for anybody that felt like everything got sold out in seconds. That was not our intention. Our intention was we actually put this thing up early so you could actually look at it, see what the sets were, see what was coming in, get your bearings before it hit the store, but it didn't work out. So, what else we have in the news, Chris?
Next week, Reliquaries is launching. We're launching a Kickstarter.
Hey, are we going to be the Kickstarter of the week for our own thing? Are we?
Probably. Oh, yeah. Actually, maybe we should actually talk about the streaming thing. We are going to do an On the Anvil next week. The general plan, so just like with Wildlands, we're going to be doing daily streams.
Daily streams, that's right. Every single day of the week, 7 days a week for 16 days straight, 18 days straight, 15 days straight. What's math? For the duration of the Kickstarter, from November 3rd to the 18th, we'll be streaming every single day, sometimes twice a day.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is, of course, before Mace's looked at the schedule, so maybe she'll be like, you guys are
I've been talking to her about it.
Okay.
Because I think we're going to be kind of reactive with it and like add a stream here or there. So one of the things we're doing.
Oh, we're going to add some streams.
Yeah, well, so the thing is, like, we want to be able to be responsive and like take care of things. Because like compared to Wildlands, like it's a very different kind of product to do streams for because we don't have like
we don't have to do a mega build.
We're not showing you. Okay, here's how the banks
So
work.
what are we going to do to keep things interesting, Chris?
Well, around a third of the days, I think 6 or 7 days, we've got streams that are special event streams featuring guests from all sorts of guests, and each is going to be. They're going to kind of be panel type things. They're going to
be fun hangout chats where we gather up some cool industry folks and have a topic and talk through it. And essentially, Chris's the brainchild of this was Reliquaries are a celebration of gaming, right? Yeah. We love gaming. We love gaming. We love gaming, and we assume that you guys love gaming. We assume the people that are going to show up and pledge for Reliquaries are going to love gaming. And we made these things because we want a cool place to put our dice, another fun thing to put on the table. It's a little present for yourself or for your character. Like, hey, I want this cool stuff. Or present for your players or your GM or whatever. But like, a little gift to your game, right, to put these Reliquaries out. So then in the spirit of that, we rounded up all these cool people. Between you and Andrew, you guys have put all these feelers out, and we have this amazing lineup of people who want to come and share their stories of why they love gaming and some different aspects of gaming and fun topics and whatnot. So you put together a really solid, it's a very solid lineup. It's very exciting.
And it's going to be things like, a lot of it is, there's some people that we have worked with before that are known friends of the Forge. So we've got like
a bunch of new people
coming on. Yeah, a lot of new people that we've never got to work with before. That I'm really
people that we've
to
wanted to get on. People that we've ever
We've got we're gonna have a stream that's all about magic, and so we've got some people on because we've never gotten to do stuff with magic before, but now we're making some stuff that can be used with magic. So it's like cool. We can bring in some magic people.
Do you know what? Real heavy tangent. It's magic. So Fizzbands, whatever Book-O Dragons, whatever it is.
It's Book-O Dragons.
Book-O Dragons with the O in here.
The Dragonomicon.
Right, that thing came out yesterday. I had like 6 minutes to leaf through it last night before I passed out face down in my soup, because I figured I'd have some soup after we got home. No, I didn't have soup, but it was sitting in the rain, but it didn't get wet miraculously, right? Because we had this nor'easter rolled in yesterday.
Legendary resistance.
I got the Amazon delivery notice. I was like 10 minutes towards the studio, and I got the notice like, oh, your package has been dropped off, and it's like the middle of a nor'easter. I'm like, great, now my Fizzbands book is out there. But somehow it was a soggy box where the book didn't go. Anyway, I flipped through it. Something like I don't know, back of the envelope guess 60-75% of the art in there are all Magic cards art. They did the Forgotten Realms Magic set just a few months ago, and a huge, more than half of the art in that book was art that they also used for the Magic cards. So there's really clever double dipping. They're like, you know what? We have to commission art for a green dragon. We're going to use it in here. We need to commission art for everything. There's just like almost every page. I'm like, well, that's one they use a Magic card. That's in a Magic card. That's in a Magic card. That's a Magic card. Magic cards. Because there's all these dragons in the set. Plus there's all these characters. Plus all these scenes. There's dragon fire, dragon whatever, and they just boom, Magic card, Magic card. So it's brilliant because they got all these great artists. They got to use them in the book and on the cards and whatever. It's clever. And Crystal Sully's in there. She's got a beautiful thing. I was like, it's so exciting. Anyway, sorry, I don't know what we were talking about, but I was marveling at is a shrewd maneuver. Like if you're, if you're going to already pay these artists for all this art, why don't you blow them up and put them in books?
Reusable assets. If you can get the.
Yeah. Well, and then it helps. You have the authenticity. You're making you're making very specific dragons for D&D and stuff. Like you know that they're going to be great for the book and for the cards. It's smart.
Yeah. So, stream-wise, and then we're gonna have a couple hands-on streams. We're gonna do one that focuses on each family specifically. They'll be shorter. We're gonna shoot for shorter streams because we're trying to
do it every day.
Keep it
fresh.
We're trying to keep it fresh. We're trying to also keep people able to take care of the other stuff they need to and not overwork people. Another thing about doing the guest streams too is that means that Nate doesn't have to be there every time. So he can actually have some time away. We're going to try to emphasize more of the crew.
With a K.
The crew, the team.
The squad.
The squad.
The adventuring party.
The gang, the party. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of new things with Reliquaries. I'm excited about it. But the first, Wednesday, we're going to have a stream starting like a half hour before the Kickstarter launches, just like we did with the Wildlands. We'll have like a launch stream to kind of celebrate this thing opening up with everybody and just kind of talk about it. And then, we'll go take care of things for a couple hours, and then we will do On the Anvil at the regular time. It'll probably be a shorter On the Anvil, but it'll basically be kind of a response to everybody's first impressions.
This is where we need you guys. That On the Anvil on opening day. What'll be really helpful is taking the page, figure out everything that's there, and then a bunch of the episode we're going to be asking you, hey, what's not clear? What else should we do? Like, we want your feedback because you guys are the intrepid, the early adopters, the loyal, the faithful squad, the keepers of the sanctum. Give us your feedback quickly so we can adjust. And that's like in Wildlands, the Heart of the Wilds, all those pledges, the Heart of the Forest Order, those all came from you guys saying, hey, there isn't a great thing for people who want to be terrain-centric but don't want battle boards and whatever. Like, can you make that, whatever? And that was an early suggestion. So similar, like, take a look at it, see what doesn't make sense, see, like, is there we're pretty close to this. There's an obvious gap. Like, come show up on that episode and let us know what your thoughts are. And we'll probably ask you a bunch of questions and, maybe do some polls.
We'll have a full schedule by the time we launch. We're launching sometimes now. We're also going to be trying to do a lot of the streams earlier in the day, so that
we're going to have some variety of times, right? So.
Yeah, we're going to have a variety of times. For the guests, like most of our guests, because most people in the industry are West Coast, so those will still be later in the day, more around the time that On the Anvil usually happens. But a lot of the streams coming from the office, we're trying to do early afternoon, some of them in the morning, so that they'll be more UK friendly, and we're subject
West Coast friendly, UK friendly, Asia friendly. We're gonna,
Yeah, we're gonna try to scatter the times around. We're gonna have a calendar that has everything marked out ahead of time, so you can see all the stuff. Because we also want you to know, like, if there's a particular thing you really want to see hands-on, we want you to be able to know from the start, okay, this is when they're going to be focusing.
Yeah. Tuesday is going to be Dwarven Day. If you want to see the dwarf stuff up close, tune in on Tuesday.
Yeah. So trying that stuff. We'll have a lot more of that stuff after. We just need to put that together.
Yeah. We'll get there. Yeah. It's not like you don't have 9 videos to cut or anything between now and Wednesday.
I'm also really excited. We're doing a lot of stuff differently with videos too, and I'm very excited about that. It's just it's an interesting thing where it's like this is a wildly different product than usual, so the kind of stuff we need to do is very different.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys want to see some pieces?
Oh, wait.
What's up?
Before speaking different.
Do we have more news?
No, it's a thing I was talking about earlier. So I had this idea, and I started saying to Chris, I'm like, you know what, this would be fun. I'll do it on air and see what.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He's
And
like,
I was
great.
like, can you please run it by me before you tell it to people
Right.
who are going to
So
expect it?
I had a thought, and it was I thought for some content we could do, and this is where I got off. I said it's inspired by Dragonforce, the band. And Chris was like, what? And I'm like, wait, no, this is
like,
a good
so we're
story.
just going to get completely sloshed to the point where we're not.
A friend of mine sent me a video. He's like, oh, I thought you'd get a kick out of this. So apparently, I don't know if you guys know Dragonforce, right? The extreme power metal band. It's basically it's the two dudes who founded it, Herman and Sam, who are just like ridiculous guitarists. They were really bored during lockdown with COVID. I mean, who wasn't? So they started streaming on Twitch, and they somehow started doing this thing where they're like, the audience could suggest a band, and they would write a song in the style of that band in like 10 minutes on the air. They laid on the parts and loop it and whatever. So they did Sabaton and Blink-182 and I don't remember. It's amazing and ridiculous and awesome. And they're sort of skewering other metal bands, but in a fun way because they like love stuff, whatever. But it's wonderfully it's awesome. I watched only 5 minutes of one of them, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to watch the rest of these after Reliquaries when I get some time. But it's really fun. But anyway, moral of the story is, what it made me think of is, would it be fun? It has not really anything to do with that, but would it be fun to do a building a boss fight in 15 minutes, or building a tunnel maze in 15 minutes, building some generic, good usable, good general builds, like building a trail ambush in 15 minutes, right? Do something like that's a trope encounter that you would use all the time in a short time span for good general ideas for dungeon masters out there. It could be an easy series conceptually. We do it, and we could even, this could be crazy, we could even do it on Twitch live and then edit it. Like all they do is they do their Twitch stream and then they cut their Twitch stream up into, they just jump cut it up into a thing that makes sense and cut out all the nonsense, all the singing and stuff. And
so do they? We would probably want.
I just want to be more like Dragonforce, okay?
That's why we commissioned that song in Hellscape. That was the entire motivation behind that.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminds me of an idea that I really wanted to do.
This is your guide to the Feywild?
No.
Oh, another
Although that
idea.
is something I do want to do. One of the things I wanted to do on stream was I wanted to, and this is the problem was that this depended on us bringing guests into the office and stuff, and then the pandemic hit, and it was I wanted to have people come in who weren't familiar with our stuff, and then they would be given a couple sets.
Yep.
And be given a time limit to build
this thing in 30 minutes. We give them
And then you bring somebody else in to then design the actual encounter to happen in that build in 15 minutes or 10 minutes, and then you bring people in to play it.
Whoa. And
it's just all done on a timer, and it's no time to worry about it. You just have to get this thing done and then play through it.
Is it a 2-hour thing from start to finish?
2 hours start to finish.
Design 30 minutes to build, 30 minutes to plan, 1 hour to play.
Completely cold turkey. You have no idea what you're going to be given to work with.
And you don't know Dragonforce stuff. You just drop it.
If it's somebody who doesn't know Dwarven, the reason that excites me is okay, so if you're given this box of pieces with no you haven't been taught how they work or anything.
Yeah, no, you'll come up with some cool there'll be some nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
raw. That's pure entertainment.
The idea of doing a lot of so when you're talking about building a trope encounter, that also reminds me how I would love for us to do a video that's just here's how to easily and quickly build this iconic encounter from
well, and maybe that's the thing is we could base it on classic encounters that are runners. But the theory was like bread and butter encounters that people would want to do in general, like without having to sweat, like, oh man, how am I gonna do this thing? I'm like, you know what? There's a pretty quick way you can jam something out like with boom, 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 boom. As you can, I bet I could do a bunch of pretty useful bread and butter encounters pretty quickly with a bucket of pieces. Particularly if I was at home where everything laid out, I could like just say, what you throw a thing out there and build and blah 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 blah. We could jam.
There's some Iron Chef joke going in the comments that I don't entirely understand.
I never watched Iron Chef.
Me either. I've just seen clips.
Yeah.
I love the compilations that are like Gordon Ramsay on to adults and then Gordon Ramsay to children. Because he's just like the most supportive person when he's talking to kids, and it's like,
really?
Yeah.
Isn't he a jerk? I don't.
So he gets paid to act like a jerk in the adult shows because that's like entertaining or whatever. He's actually like a really nice guy, and then like when he does like kids shows, like where they got like kids cooking, he's like super supportive and like. It's like a really cool thing to see. So it's very funny to like see him just doing like the idiot sandwich thing, and then like hard cut to him like
I don't know what
consoling
the idiot
like a crying
is,
child.
Oh,
like it's good stuff.
Oh. Well, anyway, would people like
get you a man
generic encounters or general use encounters that you would use all the time? Of like, is that a fun thing? How to build a tavern brawl in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
How to build the Wizard's Tower.
Yes to that. Nah. What if there's a build jam where you give the same two encounters as two people to make the best encounter? Oh,
ooh.
we are gonna do a build jam during Reliquaries. We're gonna bring that back. The classic total versus
your build jam plan.
I'm excited for that build jam idea.
It's awesome.
I think it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at some Reliquaries. Should we?
Yeah. Let's. You guys want to see some pieces?
In fact, you know what we're going to show? We're going to show you everything tonight. We're going to show the unreleased, unrevealed set. I mean, semi-revealed. We showed it in some ads that people
we're going to basically tell you everything we can, I think.
We'll show you the ability tracker. Right? Have we shown this thing?
The ability tracker is the one thing that nobody has seen in any capacity, and now they have.
Oh,
they have. We haven't released any ads with it. We haven't shown it on stream. Our final theme, even though we haven't officially released it, has been seen by some people because it was in ads.
Yeah, we'll show that tonight. We're going to show it all. But first, what is Reliquaries? What are Reliquaries? What is grammar?
Reliquaries.
Reliquaries.
A sacred container to hold
we're doing a. What is it, Chris?
A sacred container to hold your dice.
Wait, is it a sacred container to hold a relic or other holy
that's
object?
Like the actual
and what's
thing.
more
it's
holy
than
container
to hold
it?
Or a container for holy. A container for holy relics is the. Is like the dictionary
holy
definition.
Relics.
Yeah.
So we're making cool sculptural dice holders, so you have a neat place to. Oh yeah,
we have a nice camera. Oh boy.
Oh wait, hang on, I got. Look at this.
That's a little
hot.
That's a little hot, boy.
Hang on, I can. Hang on, wait, what stuff is
that? Which one's giving it the heat? Oh wow.
Wait, leave. But now this guy's off. Hang on. Leave the.
Where do we lose? That one?
No, it's what it is. It's the backlight is what's.
Okay, so which one is that? Hang on.
It's this guy.
Wow, I got it on the first try. Let's go.
Woo!
All right.
All right. So anyway, big sculptural. Dice holders. Cool places to put your dice on your display shelf if you have a bunch of knickknacks on your display shelf or on the game table, or just use them in your builds and whatnot. So we've got five flavors and 3 sculpts in each flavor, plus our little bonus buddy, Mr. Ability Tracker, who we'll get to. We are. I'm excited to do something that's not a terrain thing. It's going to be kind of fun to see how people react.
Even though we were still we've still got to make it work as terrain. So.
Well, that was the thing. Is everything is sculpted so it can still work as a cool terrain piece, right? If you want to build your temple to Moradin, or you want to let me get this light. This needs to go higher. Aha. There we go.
Was it a stretch goal? You guys will see the ability tracker again. Don't worry.
Yeah,
and
we'll
it's
get
not
it.
a stretch goal. It's going to be in the main.
Yeah, we're gonna launch right out of the gate. Anyway, so we're gonna have these cool bases. Our buddies at Talon and Claw have designed these really cool bases. You're gonna be able to buy. You can buy everything a la carte, right? If you just want to buy a throne, you can buy a throne. If you just want to buy a pedestal, you can buy a pedestal. If you just want to buy a hero, you'll be able to buy a hero. We're gonna have LEDs in the heroes. The single hero is gonna come with a charger that's gonna look something like this. It's going to be a peg in there that pops in. There's going to be a rechargeable battery in this thing. We're going rechargeable. It's going to be crazy. So you can charge this thing up. It'll depending on the LEDs, it'll run between I don't know, at least 4 hours. So they were saying 6 hours at one point. We're gonna say 4, and we go from there.
It's better to say shorter and then have it be longer.
Yeah, we're gonna say 4 hours, and hopefully it'll be 6. And it depends on the LEDs. So right now, this guy. We haven't sorted out the LEDs on the dwarf, right? I'll show you the LEDs on the one. This guy needs some love because his LEDs aren't doing anything. But what we're going to try to do is, and we're waiting for them to show up, is we're going to put 1mm LEDs in the eyes of the dragon, so we can have cool red, cool red glowing eyes that pop in there. And there will be uplight, so it's you can kind of see. The uplights kind of working.
It's one of those. It's probably the hardest LED to put because of how specific it is.
Yeah, this guy just didn't work out. So there'll be uplights. If you have a clear dye on there, it'll get a little light. So if you put like this cool Talon and Claw prismatic glass, do you see the? Nah, there's too much light in it. I can see it from here, but you see a little flickery. Yeah, it's hard to see. But
people are really excited about the rechargeable battery.
Yeah, it's gonna be neat. And you know, this could be a future. This could be a future of DF. We'll do it with the other. Well done, Chris. You nailed the first try.
we'll do it with the LEDs that are
that
working.
You can actually see.
This is the only one where we don't really have the LED working yet.
Yeah, but we're getting there. So we have this is the Dwarven theme, which we've shown on air before. It's got griffins, ram pillars, and the master smith himself. What else do people need to know as big general bits? So the footprint of all of the thrones and the pedestals, they both have a 35mm diameter footprint, so they'll all be interchangeable. So you could, if you wanted, you could get a wood base and you could put just all pillars in it, or pillars up front and griffins in back, although it's easier to get the dice out. Things we have the dice wells. We have removable inserts that hold your dice in different dramatic positions. So this is, let's get it ready. You okay? You almost choked on your sleeve. So, I should mention. Check this out. Die Hard Dice, right? We're doing custom, doing sets of dice to match each reliquary. This is the set of Dwarven dice. So this is our Dwarven Forge set, but with an inlay. We've never done it with an inlay. So it's like a ruby inlay and gold, and it looks pretty neat. It matches the thing. So we have different inserts, so you can hold your different dice at fun, dramatic angles. That is an upside down 4. It is dramatic, but maybe too dramatic. There you go. 6.
Die Hard dice are so good. Yeah. The fact that they're actually getting these 5 different dice sets to us with everything they're going through right now is like actually.
Yeah, they're super talented artists, super amazing people. They're really amazing. There's a reason this is the 3rd time we're collaborating with them. Yeah. Because I can't find this.
They're incredibly kind people. Focus is a little soft. Yeah.
There. So this one. Check this out. So this guy holds the D8 or holds the D6. If you don't like the D6 crazy on the corner like that, you can do it flat like this. So this can hold your D6 or your D8. What? Both D6 or D8? Yeah, Toby did some crazy geometry to get. We have 4 different ways to hold polyhedrals. Also, this guy, the 6, is also the holder for the 12.
Jeffrey, yes, the Wildlands dice will fit in the D20 holder on the...
Yeah, the Horizon dice, we'll go get those.
Yeah, they probably won't fit in the thrones just because the thrones wrap around. Well, it depends on the throne.
I think they do. We tried to get them in as many as possible.
Yeah, the
team had them standing by We had Horizon dice all over.
Yeah,
the place.
the dire size D20s that Die Hard does, and like you know how like Dispel dice, like their D20s are large.
Well,
we made sure that they were sized to be able to fit those.
That was the challenge, right? There's a large range in the size of polyhedrals.
We tried to make these fit as many as possible. We will be discussing price tonight. Yes.
You know what? We got pricing. It's all over the place. We just literally got it now.
We don't have the definite numbers yet.
We have the holder for the. Where am I soft? It's the holder for the. This doesn't have a holder. Let's do the holder for the D10 or the D20. It also takes a D100. Boom, boom, boom. That's our little anvil on the 20.
Those do look very cool. I actually haven't seen the Die Hard dice yet.
Yeah, doesn't it look like a sparkly ruby?
Yeah. So, I can't remember if we said it or if we.
And the gold is matching the gold. It's like, yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, they're making a custom set to match each family, and so this is the Dwarven family's custom dice.
We have 2 of the sets here. One more they're shipping out tomorrow, and the other 2 in the works.
We can, Orion Noir, we can confirm magnets in the display base.
Oh, yes.
Under the felt, there's little metal so that it'll stick to the base, so it won't fall over if you are moving the base around.
Look at that amazing mock-up. Miles jammed a magnet in there. Actually, he made one that was really pretty for camera, but it's so pretty you can't see it. He sealed it over with...
Yeah. And again, we should preface this. These are all prototypes we've been making in-house. The finished Dwarvenite will, like from the factory, will be optimized better.
When I see stunt,
yeah.
The die will fall out, but...
Yeah. Since these are bigger pieces, it's possible like the heroes like won't be able to take this angle, but they will stick if you were moving it side to side and stuff.
It's generally, I don't think they're going to hold sideways, but this one actually does. Mostly it's just to keep it so when you fly your tray around, they don't shake on the tray.
Yeah.
Or if you want to use them as scatter on your terrain tray or something, they'll have magnets in them for magnet magic. Oh, you know why this is?
These are more top heavy sculpts.
This doesn't have a magnet. That's why it's.
That's why it's smooth.
Yeah, is you put in the other one. Anyway, so yes, anchor magnets. What else?
We should pull back.
Here's the other. Here's the other fun thing. This guy is going to have There will be. We have a mock-up somewhere. There's going to be a port in the back here to plug in the old USB cable, and then there'll be a little pin that comes up here that'll stick into the bottom of your hero. So you pop your hero on here, and boom, charge up. And best of all, it can be always on, right? So if you plug it into your switched outlet, whatever, you turn on the switch, and then on your display shelf, whatever you can have the LEDs on, and they can just always be powered every time you turn on the switch. Boom, you've got light, so you can enjoy cool illuminated dice display, or put it on your desk or whatever. So that's going to be one of the other neat things of both of the charging bases will let you charge your.
Are they basically like JST connectors, or are they?
No, it's a circular pin. Where's my?
But the wire will be removable. Yeah, it'll be like a DC power cord that you plug into the back. It won't be a permanently attached wire. So it'll just
you can pop it off.
There'll be a little DC port, and you'll plug the thing in.
It'll be kind of like, here's the mock-up. Right? It'll just be like, it'll plug into your thing, and then you can pop it off, and you can take the base and go to the game with it or whatever.
Thinking heroes only can we have a back row fully powered. So only the back middle slot on the wooden base is a 50mm hole to take a hero. It won't fit in the other spots. Correct. on the base.
None of the other ones have LEDs. It was going to be too pricey, and B, it was too hard to make the sculpts. You want the sculpt to work, to look really cool. Regardless, we couldn't do LEDs and everything. It was too crazy.
The problem is because we're doing all these families.
It wasn't for lack of trying. I'll tell you.
Yeah, even if one of the pedestals would look cool with an LED, then it would be a thing we'd have to do for every pedestal. And it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a D12. Anyway, what are the other basics that we didn't cover?
I'm trying to answer basic questions as they come up.
Yeah. And
Would induction charging be too expensive? Is that like the
it's wireless? Yeah, I think we could probably, but we were going with what was basically the damn light puck from Wildlands is still giving us a hard time. So
we're trying to. We've already done some things.
We're trying to do it as simple as possible.
I mean, we've complicated some stuff already, but if we added that, it would be another. Oh, yeah. How versatile is the charger base? We'll be able to use any Dwarven Forge pedestal LED on it. I think it's going to be a different. Only the heroes.
The heroes. They're the only ones with LEDs. But you'll be able to swap anything in and out and around.
We don't have all of the dice set prototypes yet. We have it for Dwarven and I think one other. What's the other? Do we have another prototype in for the dice?
Yes, for the last theme that we're going to show at the end of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a double whammy. All right, let's. Anything else? Any questions about dwarves before we venture forth?
Are there any dwarves that like just can't grow beards? Like, is that what happens?
I don't know.
You know, does it become like a really weird taboo thing?
Yeah.
Not seeing the half-naked dwarven female hero? Well, by Tree Stump the Dwarf, who I feel like came here with an agenda. Is the secret theme an actually secret theme, or is it the Facebook ad one? It's the Facebook ad one. But not everybody's seen it yet. So.
And I'm going to say right now, we do not have another secret. Like, we're not, like, coyly hiding, like, a whole nother theme to reveal. It's like, this is everything.
Which is exactly what somebody would say if they were hiding another theme.
Yeah, it's true, but we didn't. We started sculpting in right after Memorial Day.
This has been like a 3
June,
to
July,
4
August,
month
September.
turnaround.
Yeah, we started sculpting in June.
This has been like the fastest turnaround I think we've ever done.
Yeah, so this is everything. Like
it was at the point where like we were worried we might have to cut one of the families, but we ended up getting all 5 of them in, so we didn't have time to do a 6th.
All right, so our next.
That being said, we do have ideas to do more in the future.
Oh yeah. Now, if this goes well, we can. Let's see. We have I think
ideas for like 20 different.
I think the
families.
Dice. I think the lights are still there. I was saying that I think the batteries died because we were filming with this all day. But
yeah. Phoenix LED isn't showing up very well on camera, but.
Hit the blackout button. See what happens.
Oh yeah. Oh, hit the lights.
Who's that guy's not on the? Oh. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
I see fire.
I see France.
Wow. I see the Phoenix with fire on his pants. Wow.
All right.
Okay. I could write these Dragonforce songs in 10 minutes too, I think.
I feel like a shock track with this lighting.
So, this is the elemental theme. These were the first 2 themes that we had camera ready.
If this does well, maybe more in the future. If this does well, definitely more in the future.
No, if this does well, we're going to do tons of... The Reliquaries are fun. Well, it's just a chance to, like, just go nuts and sculpt really pretty stuff. So we got our... What is the broken one? One of them has a broken arm. Oh, okay. This is the geyser.
Those dice, though. All right, Talon and Claw. I see you.
Yeah.
These are some of our favorite. These have been really cool to shoot with.
These prismatic glass are outrageous.
We get really cool lighting effects.
There's all this so this is the frozen moment of water wrapping around. It's translucent. This is too hot, isn't it? What's the...
Okay, good water weird. It's very yellow. Well, the thing is, so this sculpt always gets the light hotter than everything else.
Yeah,
it's just the nature of the sculpt.
It's translucent and it's bright.
Yeah, it's the nature of that sculpt. Is that Dispel dice? No, these are Talon and Claw.
These are Talon and Claw. We have Dispel also. We can show. We have the amount of dice that we have here is obscene at this point. We've got, I don't know,
like over 50 sets that we've been like cycling through as we shoot.
Oh yeah, I have 5 trays that are 15 slots each. So what's the math on that? 75.
These splooshes make perfect water elementals.
Yes.
One of my friends
that
water
runs
weirds,
this, water elementals.
One of my friends, he runs this D&D solo session podcast called Once Upon a Roll. That's just all one-on-one sessions, and I love it. And he used a water weird in one of them, and I was like, oh man, I love water weirds. They don't get used enough. And I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, they'd make a really good water weird.
This is the Energy Helix.
Will these be regular stock items after the Kickstarter? We would love for that to be the case.
Yeah,
Depends on
we'll see how
well it
we'll
does.
see how it all goes and what we make. And
If this tanks, probably not. But the column really turned out nice. Yeah, I like it a lot. This is a really good spell effect as well.
yes, it's like two different spiraling energies.
Are the wooden boards all going to be the same? Oh,
Are the
do
what
you want
all
to talk
gonna
about
be the same?
bases now or at the?
Let's look at the
pieces first
We've
and then
got
talk
we
about the
have
bases.
some. We're gonna have some engraving options.
Cool.
That we will. I don't know. We're gonna only start with one or two, and then we will hopefully we will unlock some. So this is actually fun. This is a good segue actually. Wait, let me finish looking at this thing, and then we'll talk about bases for a second. Oh, this guy needs to be a little wider.
Oh, Amy's wondering if we can see the top of the column. I think without the die.
Without the.
Without the die in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these are kind of hard to get the inserts into or out of because it's in-house prototypes, so the fits are a little weird. Also, the final version won't have that base on the bottom of it.
The Warhammer base that I just glued on there so the thing would stick together.
Yeah. That's just something we had to do in-house because we had to cast these as two pieces in-house to get it to work, but the actual Dwarven finished version will not have that little base on the bottom.
Yeah, it's fun. Lots of these are going to be neat little things you could use as spell effects or NPCs or statues.
That's kind of the vibe with Elemental. Like Dwarven stuff, it's like, yeah, this is a lot of like statues and stuff. Elemental is like a lot of magical effects and spells and stuff.
Let's killing this. So that one of these is really blowing out. It's better without it. That spine is my favorite part of the Phoenix.
Do you want me to kill that light? I have it right here.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
At least for Elemental, I'll keep it killed.
Phoenix.
Burb is so cute.
The burb.
Somebody was asking which of these are our favorites. And I think that's the thing is, one thing I love about this project is I think everything is going to be somebody's favorite piece.
Yes. Agree. Yeah, I just want them all. All right, so let's look at the base for a sec. So we're going to have the basic base, and some of these are all over the place. We have...
Yeah, like I don't know if... So we have like 20 different iterations of prototypes of bases in here, so I don't know...
We have a lot. Yeah, but this is the basic base is going to be mahogany. Turn that guy back on. There. Maybe it's too bright. Yeah, so, I don't know.
That looks good on here.
Yeah.
So
mahogany, simple, clean, plenty of room for Are Reliquaries to breathe. Good heft, solid wood. It should be a nice little thing. And I'll tell you, dude, Anthony over Talon Claws, we ran him out of mahogany. Like he's made so many. Yeah, he's made so many prototypes for us. He read out like
we're hogging all the mahogany.
Yeah, no, he's like, you guys are. Well, it's really interesting. He said I've learned a lot from this project because I've never seen anybody iterate like you guys do. Like he's like, it's just.
Yeah, that's.
He's like, I never really think about.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, he's like, oh, we jammed out the first one and thought it'd be great, and then we did another one, and then he's like, I literally, he's like, I had to go to the third round of mahogany on the thing. I'm like, we're going. We've done a lot of iterations. We need to see, we need to test it and try it and make little improvements. And we had something that was working, and then we got the Elven sculpts, and it was too close together, so we had to space these out just an extra, I don't know, 5 millimeters or something between each, just to give enough breathing room. So, like, it's been a lot of incremental improvements.
We do that with everything we do.
Like, it's, and I don't know how and where it all comes from, but we just sort of keep picking at just trying to improve little by little by little by little by little. But it's a lot. Like, it really is it is a process, and it is. Sometimes you go through a lot of mahogany to get there. So we have, what's on this one? Hang on.
What's next?
We're going to show another, I have to take all these things off.
Gilded Poison is asking about Unpainted Options.
Hey, Gilded.
If we know what we're doing with that.
Currently, we are not going to offer Unpainted. And let me go through the basis first, and then we'll talk about that for a second.
It's a complicated issue.
So we have a let's see, is that focus? We have a spell circle version, and this Kate Greer, who works with Town and Claw Design, did an awesome job with. And this was like, once again, 12 iterations deep or something. Like went through a lot. Because here's the other thing is, we did like a couple of really cool designs that we're into. Then you put I think we even prototyped them up and did think once you put the reliquaries on, you couldn't see. Like there was all this crazy detail and stuff that you couldn't see. And even this one is, a lot of this you actually end up not being able to see. And then, but it was worth it anyway. But it was kind of one of the learning experiences was that like the sculpts hide a lot of the stuff. So anyway, so the idea on this guy is it connects all the reliquaries with cool lines of power, and we have this little stylized anvil rune and hammer rune that are connecting the thing in front. I'm going to tip this forward and see if there's no magnets, or there's no metal on this one. But I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty cool. And then we'll show this one too.
Want to use that base just to display minis in a final boss from one of my campaigns? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we can use this as a vehicle for the next. Should we show? Yeah.
It's like a CO2 laser. Yeah, these are laser engraved. Can it function as a Ouija board? You don't know until you try. You know. Camera from above is a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
We only had so much time.
We literally used the camera setup that we had from what we were shooting today.
This was salvaged from a shoot that we were doing earlier in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. So we get dragons, dual dragons design.
Love that game.
And this was Rachel Denton initially did this. Actually, this one started with Letitia or Janet. One of them had this cool dragon design, which then Rachel Denton, who's a concept artist we work with, did an iteration on it. And then Tinell Lovett did another iteration on it. So this was like 3 artist iterations to get to here. And we'll have a few more. Ideally, I'd love to have 5 different engraving options unlocked. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about before we talk about painted, unpainted. So what we're going to try is we're going to do engraving unlocks based on the number of backers on the 7-die array pledge, right? So we're going to have a one pledge level that gets you the tray with 7 reliquaries. So you get your display base and your 7 reliquaries, one thing. And so it'll be the number of backers on that pledge. So we can like I don't want to offer all these things and then have nobody pledge back for the thing, and then manufacturing is a mess, whatever. So we're gonna try our first sort of backer number based thing specifically on the number of backers for that pledge. So it's literally going to be a very sort of manufacturing driven stretch goal, which should be kind of fun. All right, so let's look at our next thing. Any other base questions?
People asking for price range is the main thing.
We don't know. We literally just got prices this morning, and Jay and Tyler are frantically plugging them into spreadsheets and trying to calculate out what it's all going to be. I'll tell you, the curveball is we want to price these things all the same, and our first couple of estimates were close and really good, and this last batch, like, things have diverged radically, and it's so there's just within even the same family, some of the pieces I don't know, it's all over the place. I don't know how we're exactly.
It's weird because we look at it and it's like, I don't understand what it is about this piece that's like.
Yeah, why is this one cost twice as much as this one that seem equally difficult and whatever, but one is, and it's just everything from material like clear is more expensive than opaque, and I don't know.
It's like balancing. It's balancing the sculpting with like the kind of painting that's being done with all that, just to try and like wind up with stuff that's in the same ballpark, because we don't want to have separate prices.
No, we want to make it easy so that everything. So these guys are probably going to want some more light.
I got you. Oh, maybe I don't. No, that's the wrong one. There
it is.
Is that one's dimmer not working?
That's working. So this is our Elven theme. So these were designed to the exact same style as our Elven ruins, the ruins of Kalantir from Wildlands. It's a little too hot.
That's what I'm saying about, like, I don't think the dimmer's working, because, like, it goes straight from that to that, and there doesn't seem to be any in between.
Oh, I'll take that.
We'll take this.
That's all we got.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we could pop one of these, or maybe bring this guy back. With a little backlight. Get some.
Bring back my boy. Oh, lost one. I didn't mean to. Where is that guy? I found him earlier. Nope. What is that one?
That's just a
It's pointed at the
rando
ceiling.
350.
Where are you? This guy is in here somewhere. We have too many. Man, they're not accurate.
Yeah,
to
they
the
all get
grid
wandered
anymore.
Oh, that one.
Do we just widen that out? Hit the iris on it.
Well, can
That's
you dim that?
That's a different one. Whoa, which one was that?
Wait, was that other one? Wait, that one, yeah.
It just like flashed
Bring
and
that
turned
up a
off.
little. Oh. Oh man, the dimmer's
There's
over
nothing
here.
between those.
All right, so kill that one. I was trying
about
to find
this?
this guy.
I'm trying to find him. Yeah, he's somewhere on there.
That's pretty good where we're at.
He didn't die,
Just
did
leave
he?
it. Just leave it. Leave it here. We're good.
All right.
We're good. We got some. All right. So this is the Elven series. The throne.
I'm not worried about that dado.
No.
Trying to figure out terrain use for these. These are really good scatter runes.
They go with our they go with the ruins of Kalantir from Wildlands. So same style as all the ruins in Wildlands.
Except they're not broken. They're
Same-
They're full and
Same
not covered in-
sculptor.
Yeah.
Same paint style, a little fresher. So this is the Arcane Aegis. It's a pretty awesome thing. Dice by Ynir. She made these custom for this set. We're not selling them because they're like, I don't know, $500 a set or something, and she can only make one at a time. But she made these to match for these. It's pretty awesome. This is the. Where's the one that has? Oh man, neither of them have a.
Oh,
this one does. Yeah.
no, we ran out of inserts for those
This insert,
Or
yeah, the
doesn't
insert
fit.
doesn't quite fit. It's a little,
prototypes.
it's a little wonky. This is the. What's it? It's the Imperium plinth, I think it's called, and that is not holding the die, but.
What happens if a player character sits where the dice go? It'll fit in most,
You can go to
depending on the
space.
size of the base.
Yeah. Well, we have a stretch goal that's a mini holder, but we'll get to that.
We do.
Uh-huh. Yeah, surprise. Crazy cool curves. You can also put like a, you could put a 25 millimeter mini on there as a statue, something.
You could also take the fire from just that standing fire
Yes.
sculpt, and you can put that on top of it to make like
The
these
fire
fancy torches.
from your favorite
I think it's from
braziers over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put those the fire on there, and it looks really neat. Toby did that the other day.
Yeah.
Should we grab one for fun?
You like the purple?
Yeah.
Boy, let me tell you.
Yeah. Woo!
What are you grabbing?
We're in the fire.
Oh, yeah, that makes
The
sense.
famous braziers.
Why did I bring that up? Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good time. I'm sorry we were gone for so long.
Set off those. Set off one that doesn't have an insert.
Seems like there's a lot of this would be cool as this instead of I can't wait to put my dice on these. Well, the thing is, like, we're showing them with the dice right away, so, like...
Wait, someone said what?
Dragos is saying it seems like there's a lot of this would be cool as this instead of I can't wait to put my dice on these.
Well,
It depends on the kind of person you are.
Terrain's folk.
The thing is, most of the people who already follow us, I think, are more terrain focused than dice focused.
Yeah.
But we're hoping to reach a lot of those people who are
This
all
fire-
about displaying stuff.
This fire's from the. I think this is the City Builder. These are the freestanding braziers from City Builder.
Yeah.
You can pop that fire off.
The fire's removable? Yeah, they pop out of the braziers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got little pegs. Yeah, so you can. This actually, this works on almost any. Let's see the other one. Where did he do it? On the thing. You could turn your. What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to sell a batch of this fire.
Sell people more things, make more money.
Pop that in there.
Can't be us. Put a little balloon light in that fire. That'd be a fun modding job.
Yeah.
Because it's it was designed to be underlit, but you could probably drill into it and put a little light.
You could definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, that'll be fun. I can't wait to see the first person to do that. And then, where the heck is that? This I don't have in a holder. I don't know where all the need magnets. I don't know where all. Oh, here's some.
Will the fires be an add-on option for Kickstarter? I don't know. It depends on the mold because they're.
I don't know where. We should inquire though because
they're currently only sold.
They come with the.
Right? But depending on the mold configuration, we might be able to. Maybe we just go through and we look. Hey, what pieces do we have that would make? Maybe we can see if we can do like a little pack of.
Cool.
A pack of accessories that
stuff
we've already
to
made
jam
in the
in
past
there.
that would pop onto that stuff really well. Because we have a couple things in the footprint that work well there.
So then we have. Oh boy, I can't fit that all.
A pull accessory pack could be really good, actually.
The Mystic Crescent. So this guy, look at this thing. So this will have, you ready for it? It's gonna have an RGB LED. So we can, you want a blackout? Boom, boom, boom.
Every day.
Ooh. That's fun.
Yeah, we should add a Golem Walls pack as an add-on to the Kickstarter. To go with the Reliquaries.
What do we have? This remote not working. What a purple.
Can you put the hero piece onto the resin Elven Runes Wildlands piece?
Oh, yeah.
The center of that arch? What's the footprint on that? It's a wide base. I think that would actually fit on it pretty
Well,
well.
it fits perfectly in the...
50 millimeter base. Do you know, Chuck? If you're
Chuck
in
is
chat,
Chuck is
do you know-
Chuck is on the way to Hawaii.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Might be watching on the plane. People do that. They got internet on planes now. You can watch The Departed on a plane now.
What
Did you know
about?
that?
Can you watch on the Anvil
You can.
on the plane? All right, let's
I want to watch my favorite Twitch streamers.
Turn
Nate
the
and
light-
Chris on the plane to Hawaii.
turn the light black on. Turn the.
Turn the black light on?
Yeah. So you can put this in the. Put it in the dais from Wildlands. If you got that thing, it fits perfectly in there. Boop. Should be kind of neat.
Yeah, it fits perfectly in the dais.
Yeah, so there's gonna be lots of fun ways to use the Mystic Crescent.
Yeah, we're doing a non-terrain Kickstarter, guys.
Who said this? Oh. No, it's hard. It's hard to wrap your head around.
People love it.
Yeah, Michelle
good
did
stuff.
an unbelievable job.
That's the thing. Like, they put a lot of effort into making these everything they can be instead of just being dice holders. It's like, okay, but what can we squeeze out of? Let's squeeze everything we can, every possible use case.
Yeah.
Has kind of been the motto for this Kickstarter. Which you'll see when we get to the ability tracker stuff.
Oh yeah.
We have a lot of really interesting stuff to show there.
So then we have. Let's put this on spell circle. Let's see if it works. Bum, bum, bum.
Also, I did appreciate everybody complimenting my haircut earlier. Thank you.
Oh, this is going to be a good example of why the design is just a little too tight.
Oh yeah, this boy.
Yeah.
This might be my favorite family. It's a hard pick.
I honestly can't pick a
I
favorite.
really like this and Eldritch and Elven. And I like Elemental a lot of standalones too.
Oh, I don't have the matching. I don't know where the D20 is. I have the wrong one in here.
Oh,
but
how
it's,
did I? Well, because we love these dice. We keep using these like reticle dice specifically.
yes.
We need to pull back and refocus. Yeah, there we go.
And we need.
So that seems like something from Mechanus.
Do we have?
You could make it that way.
When sort of backlight back on? Let's see.
Which one was the backlight?
I don't know any of these.
Last time we tried to do this, it
There's
turned into
this guy right here, which we couldn't find. Is he on B?
Where is
Maybe
this?
I'll put it over here.
No, that's. Oh, I'm on B right now. Is he? Okay, no, there's that one. Okay, he's got to be. He's gonna be this one. No. He's gonna be this one. Oh, did it burn out? Apparently, there's nothing on this one, and there definitely should be. Oh, it might have burned out.
Really? Oh, there it is.
Oh! Oh my God.
There's dimmer. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really
there you go.
concerned why there's nothing on. Okay.
All right, so this is the Artificer Set. We've got, these are more die-hard dice. This is the reticle set. This is going to be the ones they're doing for this are going to be reticle with they're copper and teal. They're going to be awesome.
Yeah. This isn't the custom set they're making, but this is a similar design to the custom set they're making.
Yeah, because it's awesome.
It's just gonna have colors that go with the paint scheme more. Oh, look at that, dude! The details on this stuff. So this is the one that Toby was really excited when we released it. He was like in the Discord talking to people about it and all that when they saw it. He's super proud of this.
This is the Enigma Spider.
Yeah.
Although it's down to 6 legs because we had manufacturing challenges.
Yeah, every leg added.
And the idea is this is supposed to be a puzzle box. It's like you input the info on this side, and there's sliders here you can set to different numbers, and then if you can do all that, it opens like these, the legs open.
He took a picture of a mini standing on this one.
Yeah, he told me.
right,
So you could.
So it can work as like a power
Yeah.
chair or as a prison.
Or some cool combination.
You put something on it. Yeah. Is this a sci-fi? No, this is not the sci-fi set we said we were going to make. We are going to make a full sci-fi set outside of this.
But this was started as steampunk, and it evolved into more, whatever artificery fantasy steampunk. And this guy's got 2 more legs.
Could the arms open and close? Yeah, let's add that as
There's
a
2
as a
more
function.
arms down here, one on either side, wrapped around for 6. And then we originally had 6 up high and 2 down, 2 down low, but it was going to be too hard to make. Then we have the Power Stone Charger. So this is Wyver Stone, like superheated Wyver Stone under there. You can see the pool. And then it's got a cool canister tank. Oh, you know what?
I love how that wire just actually looks like tubing instead of a sculpt.
I can't tilt the camera, can we?
We can, but we can pull back. Oh, we can pick it up on the legs. Oh, we've got the arm on it too.
Wait,
If we just pull back and refocus, that should be good.
Yeah. I realized I had this
We had this here the
thing,
whole
I haven't
time.
used it. Not quite enough light, but
It's pretty good. It's easily readable from here. Sure, it's not ideal, but we're live, baby.
facts.
And that does look sick. I'm very happy with how all these came out.
Yeah.
I don't think there's. I don't think stuff like this exists on the market.
Not enough, at least.
Yeah. But yeah, we were looking at steampunk initially, and then it evolved into being more Eberron than.
Which is,
Yeah.
the way it goes. And then we have the furnace portal. So this guy.
This is the hero. Ooh, I love it. This might be my favorite LED.
Why is this? No, I don't have a holder in there. That's why. What he's gonna do. So this guy is the idea is you stuff magic items, you lift up this hatch, put magic items in there, fire it up, and it focuses everything into some sort of crazy portal or whatever. And check this out. You ready to buckle up for some LED goodness? Wait.
I love
you want to do it in the
LED.
picture?
Let's go. Look at the LED on this baby. Can you imagine like having this on your shelf, like lit up all year round?
Now that is a
middle
party.
of the night. You just got this going on.
So this is a crazy triple whammy. So there's a pulsing green on the power tank on the back, and then it's got the pulsing blue in the furnace up here, and then it has a slow cycling RGB LED that's in the body and going up on the dice swell. So then that kind of mixes. It gives you like a kind of weird kind of color in the front, and then gives you a neat uplight on the die. So it should be pretty cool. And it's going to look neat on the if you want to use it as terrain or whatever. So definitely, this one definitely worked out for the LEDs worked out really well on this guy. All right, bring us some lights back up.
Now you can see it like with the lights actually on.
Yeah. Oh, let's put it on here. We'll do this. Bum, bum, bum.
Give people the details. Oh, this is a
Oh,
lot taller
man.
than the. Just pull the camera back.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Bum, bum. The focus it is, I think.
How tall?
Can't tell.
These are about
six.
6 inches.
Yeah. Is big.
Yeah.
This is a standard size D20.
With the rechargeable base, there's literally no reason to ever turn this off. That's why that happened. We weren't planning on doing the rechargeable batteries and stuff from the beginning.
Well, you
Then
can
we
do
were
an
like,
always on thing.
Yeah, it was a thing of like, if we've got these LEDs, wouldn't it be cool if we could have them on all the time? And like, how are we going to do that? Which turned into rechargeable
Whoa, it just
bases.
reversed.
Do you have it on like a shuffle mode?
Apparently. I don't know.
Can you put my turntable on shuffle?
Yeah. It's just
Put a
playing
less
all
opaque die on top. Oh, you want us to put a clear die on there to see how it shines through?
Yeah.
Just grab the one from
Ooh, wait, let's
Elemental
get
or
a...
Elven.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Prismatic
Yeah,
glass.
grab that Talon and Claw prismatic.
Dude, this down and claw prismatic glass.
When you see
is
some
like
of the photos and videos we
all-star.
got,
It's
of stuff-
absurd. But we just get these like this shine that like doesn't even make sense. Like it looks. You want to go crazy in blackout?
Yeah,
again?
let's do it.
Yeah, it looks like there's.
Oh my God, look at
That's
that.
ridiculous. You know, it looks like we're using After Effects to get some of these like light gleams that are not. It doesn't even make sense.
I didn't even see that. Oh man, that's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
Should highlight that combo in the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, add that to the list.
Yeah, because you know.
We don't have enough things to shoot yet.
The Disco Emperor Dalek is so dead on. Whoever said that is
Oh yeah,
awesome.
you can actually see the chat. That's Flight of Wyverns.
Flight of Wyverns.
Who I think
It's big enough my old eyes can see it from this distance.
Flight of Wyverns, did you join in Wildlands and say you had to do it because of the Wyvern, or was that Wyvern on the Discord? Or are you the same person?
These are hard hitting questions, Chris.
Did you say that was Blacklight? We don't have any Blacklight stuff on the Reliquaries, right? Are we using any Blacklight paint on anything? I haven't heard that we are.
I don't know. I don't think so. Is this thing the button that makes it go back and forth? Is it ASA?
It's probably the mode that you hit, because there's like 3 buttons on the back, right?
Yeah. Is it an ASA?
I don't know what any of it means, because like they used
that wasn't it.
abbreviations, and like I didn't go to turntable school, so I don't know what like all the terminology would be.
It's DJ Academy.
DJ Academy. Wow. All right.
Oh. So we got this thing. Yeah, Eli had a lot of fun making this thing because he likes making contraptions that seem like they have a purpose. And that was the thing. Each of these had a purpose, right? So the Enigma Spider was like a cool, crazy puzzle box.
Yeah,
thing.
we wanted them to.
The Power Stone Charger was harnessing a bunch of energy into one place, and then this was melting down magic and either opening a portal or launching off as a death ray or anything of the above.
I feel like these are all very easy to sell as like this is a thing with a function in a dungeon.
Yeah.
When you drop it in.
Yeah, it's gonna be lively. All right, and then
one more. Let's go.
we have. Are we ready for the last? Oh wait, should we do the ability tracker first? Let's do ability tracker first. Make them wait. Make them wait.
Oh, the ability tracker is the one that nobody's seen.
Yeah, it's true. But it's only one thing, so I feel like they're gonna
Is
like
there
it's
going
hard
to
to do it
be-
after like the whole
Yeah.
final set. All right, so we have...
We'll talk about specific pledges after this. Let's get through the pieces first, and then we'll go into it.
So we have this guy. Where's the other? Hang on. There's one. Wait, please stand by. Tell a joke.
I know where it is.
The other. It's right here, right? Oh no. Yeah. Whoop. All right.
I guess it's moved.
I got it. Yeah. He knows nothing. All right.
I guess everything
So,
gets moved.
Last but not least, we have.
There will be a giveaway tonight. Yes, don't worry.
Oh yeah, let's do it right now.
I was thinking we get through the sculpts first. You want to do it now?
Yeah.
Show them the piece and now we're cutting away.
All right, ready?
All right, everybody.
Hey, what time is it?
What time is it?
How long is it gonna go?
Thank you, Ray.
So what time is it?
It's giveaway time.
So wait, we should give the giveaway to whoever can guess what's going on in that clip.
What do we even say? Is this what set off the fire alarm last time? No. What do we even say? We just go with the best answer, or were you guys trying to get the fire alarm going? No, don't worry about it.
That was me trying to get the fog to behave. The normal fog machine wasn't working, so we had the hazer going, but it wasn't going where I wanted to go. So I ran behind the camera. I was trying frantically to aggressively coax the fog into place, but it was. Ray was impressed by my moves. He said, you've got this doggy paddle that is killing it on the dance floor. So.
Yeah.
So giveaway time, Chris.
Giveaway time. All right. For those of you who might be here for the first time, this giveaway is an international giveaway. No matter where you live, as long as it's on the planet Earth, you can enter this. It can be for a $50.
There it is.
All right.
It's giveaway time! It's giveaway time! No. Oh, okay, sorry. We do. We set it off again. I was and we get a fine now apparently when we set it off. So, anyway.
If we imagine canceling the stream because we had to evacuate for the.
Okay.
Wait.
Is it giveaway time?
It's giveaway time.
Okay, I just was excited.
If you're international, no matter where you live, you can win a $50 gift card to the Dwarven Forge store. If you're in the U.S., you can also win a basic cavern score. No, we have starter dungeon back in stock now. Yeah, we restocked that.
I think so. I can't keep track.
You can also win a starter dungeon if it's out of stock. Then a basic caverns core. I will look that up after the stream.
$50 gift card, simplest way to go.
Yeah, Chris, 1 black coffee, London. Thank you. I don't drink coffee. It's not good for you. Which is probably more 1 black coffee.
Yeah, because you're so health conscious. Otherwise,
I'm incredibly health conscious. All right. What's the word?
This might be our best stream ever. The word fire alarm, clearly.
Fire alarm? Or rave? Or Technado?
Technado, that's it.
Yeah, let's spell this made up.
How do you spell Technado?
Tonight, sure. All right, we're doing Technado. No,
but it's got to have a 0 instead of an O.
We're not. Oh, we can't make people jump through that hoop.
Yes,
okay, we're going with Technado. So it's TECHNATO.
NATO would be Dio. NATO. Right? What did they say?
We're doing a D. We're doing a D.
Like a tornado.
The word is now changed to with a D. You have to do it. You have to do it starting from now. Anything before this wouldn't have entered. So it's TECHNADO.
How are we gonna get through this Kickstarter?
Just like this.
It's gonna be worse than this.
It's gonna feel like this the entire time.
Non-stop.
It's not gonna get any better than this.
It might get worse.
It could absolutely get worse. We can see exactly how low this can go.
Yeah. So you can type that in, win a $50
Dwarven Forge store gift card, or a starter set if you live in the U.S.
All right.
Let's go to the fan build.
Oh.
Kick
What
it to
is?
the fan
Tell me
build.
about the fan build. What do we have?
Tell you about the fan build. You actually haven't seen this.
Oh, I got it. That's not even on, is it? No. I'm just getting this ready in case. No, nothing to see here.
He almost knocked over the second monitor that he asked me to set up 30 seconds before stream. And we weren't able to get it functioning correctly, so it's still just sitting there. And the only purpose it served so far tonight is to almost break half the reliquaries.
Yeah, danger. So what's this fan build?
This fan build, we've got, actually, it's a build from the Lost Mines of Phandelver.
Ooh.
And it's the best version of this particular bit. It's a build a lot of people have had to do.
Wave Echo Cavern?
And using the new, using some of the new sets from the restock.
Oh, yeah.
They were able to make the best Cragmaw Castle we've
Let's
seen.
see it.
One thing I really like about this
Hideout?
build, too, this is by Banshee78 on the Discord, I believe.
Wow,
One thing I really like about this is, like, the dressing is
awesome.
really, really well done. But the way they put, like, the burned out floors up there, so you see they've got, like, some of the rune sets in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just, like, the dressing is, like, why, like, this place looks lived in. Because the whole thing with this is, like, a bunch of goblins have been, like, living in here for a while. They turned this ruined castle into their hideout.
This is really good.
Yeah, that's just, like, the overview of the whole thing.
Wow.
And, like, that footprint, like, that looks exactly like the map overhead.
You know what? I
as well.
really like the wood in there, too.
Mixing in the wood. Yeah.
Well, it feels like a real castle.
Yeah. Like this feels, and like all the dressing, like this feels like a lived-in place, which is
They
wild.
also turned, it looked like they turned Master Mason walls on their sides for the, on that second floor. Well, when it comes back around again, there's some really good use, good mix of pieces.
I think
PS4
Banshee's been
pieces.
collecting for a while, and is pretty used to the stuff. Like this is somebody who knows what they're doing, for sure.
Yeah, no, this is masterfully executed.
And that's the
Look at a mix of
dwarf
castles
that you're trying to rescue
and
there, I think.
city, and really just awesome.
Yeah. A lot of really good stuff in here. I love the way that they did
Maybe
that.
some
Actually, that
unpainted.
stair up to the broken thing. That's one of the things, and one of the things that there's a treasure chest up on this, like the staircase.
There,
is like
yeah,
partially
Master
fallen
Mason
out.
walls on their sides.
Yeah.
Up there for to fill it out, and then ruins on top of them, and
There's a lot of really
the
cool little building
cryptic
tricks in here.
key to pull off. This is awesome. Good call. Good build.
Yeah.
They should win the $50 gift card. Oh, look at
I mean,
the
if they're here
battlements
tonight,
over
maybe they
there.
will. Who's
Yeah.
to say? Fabulous rune scatter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
no, like
really-
everything
it's
about
well
this,
done.
like it all just.
Very well done.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
Let's roll this giveaway.
Giveaway? What does that mean? It's giveaway time! Giveaway! The door's closed. We're not going to set anything on
Yeah,
fire.
the door's closed, but
I'm putting it on continuous mode. Look at this.
why?
Giveaway time!
Why?
What do we? Okay, who's going to win?
You're the only one in the company who has children.
Yes?
I guess that's
No, Andrew does.
Oh, Andrew does too.
Yeah.
You're the only one in this office
Okay.
that has children.
Fair.
Everybody
What does
else,
that have to do with anything?
I just thought that was important.
This is what they do when they
context to
have
give.
when they have a
I just
fog
want everybody
machine.
to know
Yeah.
that I just want everybody to know that this man is responsible for raising children.
That might be why they are feral.
Yeah. They're two
and
little,
nudists.
they're two little clones of you.
It's exhausting.
I miss them. I miss them
coming.
coming into the office.
Yeah.
But I also understand why they haven't since the world fell apart.
Yeah.
Let's roll this giveaway.
No, they did
65
come in. Grayson came in and played Magic with Toby and Ray.
The Magic nights kept
Yeah.
being set up for exactly when I couldn't be here.
No, that was fun.
All right.
All right. So who's gonna win the Technado? It's
Odin Forged.
yeah, Odin.
Longtime watcher,
AC.
first time winner. Not the first time winner. He's won a couple times, I think. I'm pretty sure I've got your
Love
information.
that guy.
I will message you about it, and we will figure out what stuff you want to get.
Hayes is coalescing around that fire. The smoke detector.
Yep. Oh, look at it slowly moving over to the fire alarm.
It's just moving. It's got a mission.
Good.
good.
It's like
It's a good thing we gaffer's taped a bag over it.
Yeah, there's one. It's a good thing we've illegally tampered with the fire alarm.
It wasn't illegal. The super.
The super
Encouraged it.
told us to do it illegally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
on him.
Anyway. All right. Congrats on your way. Let's look at the. Congrats, Odin, and thanks for all your support.
Let's look at these sculpts.
Yes. Oh, I should say. Speaking of Odin, Mr. Forge.
Speaking of Mr. Odin Forge. Yeah.
We had so we did a focus group for a small circle of trusted advisors, right? A lot of OTA watchers, actually.
Yes.
Right, like a handful of
Turns
OTA
out-
watchers and a few other folks in our circle, and we had them look at our preview page for Reliquaries to give us some feedback. It was a quick hour-long Zoom session, and then we had a little survey that we sent afterwards to say, hey, give us some notes, give us thoughts. A lot of multiple choice, mostly multiple choice with a few things that you could short answer fill in. Guess how long? We had 10 people send in responses. Guess how long those responses were? Anybody want to put out a number there? In pages, in the PDF.
Was it
3.
longer than the Wildlands
Yes.
post-mortem document?
I don't remember how long that was, but
I did cut that thing down
was,
to
yeah.
I think it was 9 pages of stuff to actually go over with everybody.
Yeah, it was 10 times that. It was 96 pages. We get 96 pages of feedback because you guys are. You got a
96
lot.
pages of things to change before the Kickstarter.
Yeah, it was. It was really helpful, but it's a prolific, very prolific group. A lot of really smart insights and detail oriented. Right? It was it wasn't just I don't know, it looks pretty good. Maybe put a price on it or something. It was very, very thoughtful and detailed.
You can't put a
bits across
price
the
on
board.
good feedback.
Yeah, but also then not necessarily in everything, right? Sometimes people just say, you know what, we already covered it in the Zoom meeting, one line, or yeah, I agreed with everybody else. Sort of but if there was something to say,
It was nice that with a lot of it was stuff where we were just okay, cool. It's a good thing that we're actively working on that. Yeah.
We also made the mistake of multiple choice. Almost all the multiple choice questions also had an other. You could fill in a thing, and those became paragraphs. It wasn't it would be what's your favorite theme, and it would be other, and it was just a paragraph about all the. All right, well, but anyway, thank you guys for. I don't know where that came from.
Mace said it was more than that. It was around 120 after we got all the responses because Mace got here just in time for this.
Mace bringing him
She
down.
got here just in time to
120
see you
pages.
setting
so
off
it's
fog.
growing. Yeah, that's the best. Wait, Mace saw this. Shh, don't tell her. It's just, as long as Tyler's not watching, we'll be okay.
Everybody immediately told on you,
Yeah,
myself included.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all over Slack. All right, let's look at this ability tracker.
Yeah, let's.
But thank you guys for the feedback. And that's it's a little bit like what the Kickstarter is going to be like. We're going to get all sorts of wonderful feedback, and that's the fun part about doing Kickstarters. We get all these notes immediately, so we can make the thing better, right? And it's really the best part, right? Throwing it out there and having all these people who want to use the thing say, hey, this is awesome, this is great, or hey, have you thought about doing that, or why isn't there this, or I don't know, where are the water tiles? Delete.
They're in the elemental set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the ability tracker. So the purpose of this thing is, you could just use it to display your dice, but really it's to track your abilities on the game table, as the name might imply. I'm gonna wait till it goes all the way around front so we can see. I could just manually do it, but it's more fun to.
It's kind of the core of what we call what do we call it? The
analog tracking system.
The analog tracking system.
So what's
Tracks
cool
all your
is
logs.
it comes with this Crimson Dracona D6 die made by Die Hard Dice. So it's going to have its own dedicated matching D6 that it comes with, and you got it. Is that the same fly that's been it's been dive bombing me?
Yeah,
the thing it's vicious.
I'm not a big fan of this guy.
No, well, he's dead now.
Challenge rating 1/8, and I can't do anything about it.
It's 1/20th. It doesn't even go that low.
It's that dexterity, right?
It's dexterity. Yeah.
It's dexterity.
Pure dex. So it comes with this Dracona D6, and it's kind of our smallest and sleekest reliquary. And the idea is you can use it to track your PC abilities, right? If you've got Rage or Wild Shape or Superiority Dice or Bardic Inspiration or whatever, you can use it to track your number of uses, right? So you've got.
We're working on a Mac compatibility as well, but don't know when
Mac
that'll
compatibility?
happen. Yeah. But currently we've only got it working for PCs.
Oh, boy. Yeah. See what he did there. Nice soundboard. So to help you know what you're tracking, we have, where's the other, oh, here we go. No. How did I lose, man, the black hole hands have struck again.
Black hole hands.
So using the anchor magnets at the bottom, it's going to have you're going to have a little plaque that has decals. Letitia's making decals that you can pop off there. So to tell you what you're tracking. So if you're tracking your rage, you pop the rage sticker on. I had the rage around here somewhere. Oh, right. Rage.
Can it hold a D20? It'll take any of the dice inserts.
So it'll take the dice insert. So you can put, if you're tracking your sorcery points or your key points or whatever, you can pop, you put the D20 holder on there and pop a D20 on. Generally, all the PC abilities aside from key points and sorcery points can be tracked on a D6. So that was the sort of the default. We're trying to do a dry erase, a white dry erase label also, so you can do a custom thing if you want. And this holds on with using the anchor magnet. At the bottom, it'll use that to snap this little guy on, so it holds nice and snug. Where's the little split? So there it is. So you can wander around. So then, what's neat is you can then do. I guess my favorite use case. One. Where are all the things? One. I'm going the wrong way. Goes that way. 1, 2,
3.
What's going to be?
3 wonderful spell slots.
6 second level spell slots.
Yeah, man, this is it's a homebrew thing.
It turns out I'm just better at high level magic than low level magic. I don't know.
Just natural.
I only get 1 of everything, but I do get 8 9th level spells.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
So you can use it to track all of your spells. You can what else you can do? You can track your hit points, right? You pop a couple of D10s in there, put the little hit point jams on there, and make it you're at 0 hit points. I'm at 50. Oh wait, I can't do it. Everything's backwards. Is that right? 55.
55, baby.
You track your hit points. You just put hit points in there. You could also put, like, if you wanted to track your superiority dice or your bardic inspiration, like specific, like you could put each of your dice. How mmany bardic inspiration do you get at like first level? 2?
I think like 2, yeah.
Something, right? So you could have them. You just have them sitting there waiting, and you could give them out so you remember that they're there and hand them up.
It's not based on your proficiency, right?
No, it's a set number that goes up.
It's not based on your charisma either.
I think it's a set number.
You get bardic inspiration equal to your charisma.
Oh.
It's your charisma bonus, so you can get up to 5.
Yeah.
So D6 works great.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have, like, if you had 3, right? You just have your 3 D6s set up, each with, say, inspiration, blah, 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 and then you remember that you have it, and you take it off when you use it, or you give it to the player, or whatever, to remind you to use them.
Right. Leveling up increases what die it is. So you start
goes D6, D8, D10. Yeah. So it's, if you want to remember to use your superiority dice or your bardic inspiration, whatever, you put them out there so it reminds you.
Remind people they have bless. Oh, that could be a fun way to, like, when you bless people, it's like you give them a little D4.
Yeah.
Folder.
Pop a D4 on there so that they.
Papa D4 was my.
Papa D4. That was
my nickname in high school. This guy blesses.
Daily.
Put your smite die on there.
You'd need a lot of.
Yeah.
It's actually well.
Paper. That was a general idea. People have questions about the labels. The labels are swappable. It's not like you wouldn't have to buy a base for each thing you'd want to show.
Yeah, so there's going to be a little decal sheet, and you just pop decals on there. So you can track whatever you want. Or you can also just use them without, right? But they feel cooler with. But,
there are different ones for each family. This is outside of the family.
One family. It's a standalone, draconic themed. Oh boy, ouch.
However, that little attachment on the bottom, so the ability tracker also has a 35mm base. So any of the other thrones or pedestals also slot into that. So if you have like a warlock with like
we didn't say the show that thing yet. Yep. How about a Dwarven Barbarian?
How about a Dwarven Barbarian? Yes, like this.
I don't have the. This isn't gonna stick because it's
the
actually it might
shoddy in-house prototype thing we've done.
It's a piece of paper.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like if you were a Dwarven Barbarian and wanted to track your rage, you could do it. You could put the base on your ram pedestal and store your rage up there.
Oh, how Nate cares about beans. Yeah, beans that are already out there.
Yeah. The other thing it works with, you ready for this?
That'd be a fun thing to put on the soundboard.
We're gonna have a life. What do we call it? Counter dial, right? So this thing, is that working? So this thing will stick on, and then you can see this has a little indicator. Actually, all of them have a little indicator. Right?
I feel like the Elven has the most clear. Yeah.
Elven's clear. Yeah, we haven't actually put it on the Eldritch. I mean, the Elemental doesn't have it yet. This guy has it very clearly. The little bit. Most of them have it. They all have it at the end, but they'll have an indicator so you can put the dial under.
Interesting comment from Vertex Artist. He says, "I wish it went above 20."
How about 40?
How about up to 40? Why did we choose 40,
he set us up for that softball.
Why did we choose 40, Nate?
Well, I don't know. Have you ever heard of this game called Magical Gatherings? It's a big card.
Want to get together and gather some magic tonight?
Yeah, big card. So you can start if you're playing Commander. The idea was you start at your 40 life, and then your commander set your commander attacks, boom, to 1, and boom, you're ready to play Commander. And you track it. So this is going to have, there's going to be like a little mountain sawtooth thing, 20 little slots over there. And then you'll have the bottom of all of these will have the inverted sort of mountain there, and it'll stick. So you won't accidentally bump your life. It'll be a nice satisfying.
It's a cool little. And again, both of these attachments work with any of the thrones or pedestals. So if you
could put
if the commander deck that you play, you want like the water spout for some reason, like it's like a heavy water deck or something.
But you could also use it to track, track your key points or your hit points or anything that goes up to 40. So you could use that to you could have that track one thing and the die track another thing. So it's kind of a fun, just a fun way to track whatever the heck you want. You could track initiative order. You could track, I don't know. You could track anything. It's a fun little guy.
Is this an unlocker add-on? So these are add-ons. They are automatically going to be available when the campaign opens.
Yeah, these are all. Everything's ready to rock and roll.
Will there be a little pointy bit on the other pieces then? Yes.
Yes.
Every throne and pedestal will have an indicator built into the sculpt.
There'll be a little thing.
You can use it for other games as well as a turn counter. Yep.
Yep. You could use it for any. You could track anything you want. Just fun analog tracking, right? Because it's fun.
So so this tracking system is a pretty fun thing, and the ability trackers are probably they're going to be the entry level, most affordable sculpts.
There's going to be a 1-pack and a 4-pack.
And so we're thinking those are things that these are super simple things to either do as gifts for your players or GMs. They're easy things to have to hand out at the table.
It's going to come with either, you get to choose, you get it with either the plaque base or the dial base in the single pack. And then the 4-pack comes with four plaques in the 4-pack and one dial. The 4-pack. So that'll be the 4-pack is going to be where it's at.
And you will be
you'll be able to buy them as add-ons.
Yeah, you'll be able to get the counter dials and the plaques separate as add-ons as well.
Yes.
So if you don't want the ability tracker for some reason, but you want the accessories to go with your other sculpts, you can do that.
And you can buy the ability tracker as an add-on too, because it's you could just put these in your dungeon as pillars.
Yeah.
Oh, because guess what? They're 38 millimeters high. They're the same height as our standard dungeon pillars and elevation blocks and the like.
Yes, Mark.
They will have.
These are also magnets. I forgot that you can read the chat on that monitor now from that distance. Man.
Yeah. Right.
Putting that monitor in was a good idea.
Yeah.
Need a wargaming pack with a bunch of trackers for ammo, etc. for wargaming. We haven't thought about it.
Oh, that would be fun, right? So you could track your. Yeah.
Other stuff that makes sense that you would want in quantity for that. The bundle should really be a Magic the Gathering Commander bundle, 4 trackers and 4 dials.
4 dials. That's not crazy. Maybe we'd do a Commander bundle.
Maybe that's something we could offer.
Saying you play your whole Commander group could have them. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It was, you know what? It was kind of aimed for, and maybe we have to make an alt. That's a good thing to think about. Right? It was kind of aimed at spell tracking. But you're right. We could totally do one that's. Whoops! I forgot the first one.
We've created like the basis of a system that is flexible enough to be used for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So we've designed them to try and do certain things very specifically, but still be open enough that you can apply to other use cases that we might not have thought of yet.
I so want to start tracking my spell slots like this right now.
It's just a nice looking little way to have that stuff out there.
Spin it around.
So what you're telling me is that almost all these things are terrain. Everything except you could probably find a way to use the counter dial and plaques as terrain if you really wanted to.
It could be the bottom of a plinth. You could put a mini on the top, and it's a statue, and you could put Sir Dead Dude on the plaque, and then put a mini of Sir Dead Dude on the top.
The fan favorite Critical Role character.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah. By the official minis.
But.
You like that Robo Trader? Yeah, we'll also be selling this turntable. We won't be selling this turntable. This is something.
No, we'll sell this specific one.
We're
going to give it away on a stream.
We struck a deal with the
last stream. We're giving this away.
I think it's like a Vietnamese electronics company we got it from. Like it's.
It's not as
it's
good.
Just a random.
Like the slider from Good Video Maker. Literally, the company is on the back says Good Video Maker.
I love getting.
Really good.
I love getting cheap film equipment on Amazon.
Me too.
Yeah. Telling us that Dwarvenforge is attempting to make this next Kickstarter as modular as possible? No way. Yeah, that's the thing. Like we've tried to make these fit into a bunch of different use cases. So we're trying to have a pitch for virtually every kind of gamer there is.
Whoa.
So that's.
What about grognards, Chris?
Yeah,
all this is good fun throwback.
A lot of it'll work. Well, it's all analog, right? None of that fancy.
It's true. No digital nonsense. We get. All right, are we ready to look at the last?
Let's show this last family.
LARPers.
You can LARP with these.
Dude, these are great little props for LARPing.
I'm gonna find a way to use the counter dial for terrain at some point. That'd be interesting. Maybe you have like a countdown, like literally on the battlefield, using it.
Not crazy.
This rotation display is giving me heavy QVC vibes.
Yeah. All right, you ready for the last?
I am. The question is, are you guys?
Sure.
So much.
Oh man, I don't have the insert.
So much pageantry out of this. Oh, do we not have it?
Okay. I don't have the
well,
inserts.
I guess we're not showing it tonight. Too much.
Oh wait, does this?
Is that the custom set? Ah, it's got the dice set too.
Yeah. These don't quite fit in the holes. We're getting there.
Yeah, prototypes.
But I wanted to put it on the spell circle because it felt like
it's a little out of focus.
I haven't not a single one is in. You can't even see it.
This is our new blurry family of sculpts.
The blur beyond reality.
Yeah, we made Those are gross. I love them. Yeah, seems to be like the horror set.
Is the Eldritch family. So let's see. We need.
Thank you for playing along, everybody.
We need a little more. Yeah, one of these guys.
Yeah, that's the fun thing is each of these families needs different lighting. Oh boy, that's strong.
Too much.
Yeah. All right, that's the one that won't. That one's too much of a spot. Oh, that's too much.
Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll do it up here. Hang on. Put it on. Let's go solo.
Yeah, let's just do this.
Solo.
Need turntables in the stand now? Oh, they all need to spin. Yeah, so each of those little felt circles on the display bases are going to be miniature turntables.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Don't even. Why did I float that idea? Here for this one is amazing. Could work for angels that aren't the pretty boy ones. Yeah. That was definitely like a big part of the inspiration for Nina when she's looking at it. Was like just like the biblical angel descriptions.
So this
wings
is
and
the
eyes.
Eldritch set, all sorts of weird cosmic horror, tentacles and eyes and hands and twisty bits and just unsettling nonsense. Yeah, it's pretty. And this the die set. It's the Dracona Dragon Scale die set with a deep dark purple in there. Like, I'm very excited across the boards. And so this guy has underneath there's eyes. See those weird silver eyes in the back.
I love pearlescent eyes, man. So creepy.
Love that band.
Call within the next 5 minutes and receive a free summoning spell for Nargalathep. 12 easy payments of your soul. So just the 5 sets in the tracker, or do we miss another set? Yeah.
Just 5 sets in tracker. I mean, this is...
yeah, so it's 16 sculpts altogether. 5 families of 3 sets. The ability tracker, the ability plaque, and counter dial accessories. There's still some more things. We haven't even gotten to stretch goals yet.
Well, there's something for the campaign.
All right, so that is the... what the heck was this guy? The Devouring Aberration?
I just called them Thrones, Pedestals, and Heroes.
One point it was the Gibbering Grasper, but then we realized it didn't really have mouths that could talk, and I don't know.
It's got a lot of teeth.
Yeah. So then this is...
the army.
The Writhing Monument.
I love the runes.
Whoa,
it's got a...
It's rocking. Whoa, it's got like a life of its own.
Yeah, the base on this prototype is a little uneven. That one's Gloria.
And it's wonderfully, this one, the top is slightly askew and everything, so the whole thing feels like it's going to collapse.
Yeah, it's like on an angle, so it has like a kinetic energy. Will they be at that like 80-degree angle? Yeah, this is like a column that is in the process of falling over, basically. Yeah, and like it probably would fall over if these tentacles weren't.
This was neat. This was a good combo of Felipe did concept art and then Eli sculpted it. It's got lots of neat, like this guy is like a weird tapeworm mixed with like a face hugger, and there's like these lamprey like tentacle with a tentacle coming out of it, like a tentacle mouth. I don't know, just crazy nonsense. The hamster did a great job on this paint scheme. Very exciting. Should be a good unsettling set. Does this have anything? Yes. And then finally...
You need to pull back a little bit. This boy's tall.
Yeah. And I don't think it's going to sit flat because the switch is askew. So this is the Radiant Horror. Let me turn the light. Where's the switch? Ah! There it is. All right. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know if the die is a little askew. Everything's askew.
Everything's askew. Same problem we always have, just too many skews, you know?
Hey.
Yeah.
You know, this one, so funny enough, this one adds up when you start counting in engraving styles and themes and things. It's actually, the skews add up quick.
Paul, you think this is going to be the least popular set? I feel like this is going to be in the running for the most popular. People lost their mind when they saw this.
Well, that's what's fun is different things for different people. Can't even get, this one's too tall for its own good. You show the light. Do you have to bring out the Talon and Claw D20 again?
Oh yeah, valid. Here, I'll turn the lights back on so you can find it. Back of that is gorgeous. Yeah. All the close-up footage we have of like these wings and everything. Oh, can you see like the actual video that isn't being processed through a live stream? It's unreal.
Nina really, she was in her sweet spot on this.
Yeah. I'm happy that we didn't just make the Lemur pits again though. Like this is a very different kind of thing.
Woo. Oh yeah,
are these Nina sculpts?
Pulsing blue.
2 of them are Nina?
Nina did the grasping aberration, the devouring aberration, whatever the guy with the hands,
she did the throne and the hero.
And Eli did the pedestal. And the hamster did the paint.
You need the tracker to deduct your sanity when using the set. Ooh,
Yeah.
actually, like
Yeah.
the pedestal
Yeah, the
or the throne on
spine on
the
this
counter
thing.
dial could be good for Cthulhu.
Oh yeah, this guy. Where is it? I drew that. Yeah, so these guys can sit on the. Where did I put this?
Watching people's reactions for each set we've taken out, though, I feel like it is that thing. I feel like every one of these is going to be somebody's favorite.
Hopefully, everybody's gonna find something that they like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put on the dial. Thing.
I think it's like the cool thing though is like each of these families basically is
The
doing an
eyeballs
extremely
on the,
different thing, and we just went like all out on what that
Eyeballs
theme
on
was
the
about.
wings.
Can you show all 5 heroes next to each other? It would look super impressive. Yes,
We literally just shot that today.
that's what we were shooting. That it has the production room in miniature shambles at the moment. The wings also evoke Stranger Things Demogorgons.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Weird
God, the veins running over the feathers just like weirds me out. Let's see.
Dun, dun, dun. Where's this guy? Lost Graspy.
Predict Dwarf will be the bestseller.
We should take bets.
Yeah, I genuinely, we should run a team, a team betting pool because I feel like it could go any way. They all have their because they're all doing something different.
Well, we
right?
tried. That's what we tried. We tried really hard to make stuff that kind of went in a bunch of different directions, so that hopefully most people will show up and see something that they get really excited about.
Yeah, every family is they're not competing. They're all doing a different thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm very curious. I feel like for what they're doing, we've done the best possible job we could with nailing that theme.
Well, with the constraints we had with time and sculpts and just, well, I'm very happy with what we put together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Each one is kind of neat. And really, the answer is you just have to get all 5 sets, so you can. You'll have to decide for yourself what the best one is. I don't have a thing on this guy. I'm very, very excited about these dice too. This dark purple dragon scale.
Any beans about the Eldritch dice? Oh, these are them.
These are them right here.
Yeah, these are the
Are
only.
the-
This and Dwarven are the only dice that we have on hand currently.
Yes.
This is the purple Dracona.
Oh. Yeah, these will also be crazy. Like, these are the ones you do not want to see show up in terrain as a player. Like, you don't want to roll into the room and see one of these things in there because you're like, it's just bad news.
I'm waiting for a couple of years from now when somebody's been like, somebody's had a whole campaign. They go over to the Dungeon Master's house and he's had this cool display on his shelf like the entire time they've been playing, and then like they get to the finale and then he just walks over to his shelf and grabs all those pieces and then just like drops them on the table, and it's like, oh no, wait, what's happening?
It hits the
no transparent
fog.
dice. I actually don't. Stop, man. Every time you do that, we have to keep the doors closed longer.
We're just doing metal dice with Die Hard for this. We have a whole bunch of. We're going to show some wonderful
We've partnered with a lot of dice makers to show what a bunch of different dice look like, so that whatever dice you have at home, we're trying to show you what it would look like.
We've got Dispel dice on board. We have Norse Foundry, Die Hard dice, Die Twice dice, Robin's Nerd Supplies, Dice Envy.
Metallic dice games.
Oh yeah, for the Elixir dice.
Elixir dice.
The Wild Earth dice. I'm missing some more. Pixel, they're coming on Monday to bring, which those things aren't available for a year, but I figure some of the people that have backed Pixels are going to back this. So we'll see some of those.
People backed it, so it'd be good to be able to show them what it would look like when they get it to put it on.
Yeah, it should be neat. We have a lot of really just some awesome dice people we're working with, awesome people across the boards. So I'm fired up. Yeah, do we have any questions? What time?
People are wondering if we have plans for
9 o'clock.
inserts when there's not dice in them.
Yes. and we will.
What do we feel like sharing tonight? Do we feel like sharing stretch goal stuff tonight?
No, we don't have them yet. So we. Let's have something for the campaign.
Okay.
Something.
Did you already say if the mahogany base will turn over to make a dice tray? It will not. That's too much to.
No.
It's too much to put on the thing, especially when it's going to have the electrics in there.
Originally, I wanted to have. Originally, I thought it was going to be rectangular, and then it could sit in, have a dice tray as the bottom that you'd pull out, that it fit in, and you could make a. It had a little. It would be like a whole system.
It's just.
But it was just hard enough. Like we're still hammering out the finer details of these bases. Talon and Claw has been really working hard to make it happen, but it's been a tight timeline and a lot of exploration, and so we'll, if this goes well, we can next time around we can try doing doing a dice tray or whatever. I'm trying to get everything out.
Oh, people have been asking about like putting minis. We can say that
we have a mini holder.
Yeah. There's a mini. I don't think we have it in here.
No, we'll show it in the campaign. It's a stretch goal.
So yeah, we've got one for holding minis. It'll work for both 25 millimeter and 38 millimeter? 32 millimeter. And
it takes the clear rod, the vertical rods from Wildlands, so you can use it as like a flight thing too. Some Toby ingenuity. Yeah. Any other big questions?
People wondering about price ranges, if we have ideas. It's been asked a couple times. No, we don't have. No. It's one of the things we're still trying to lock down.
Yeah.
We can tell you what we're shooting for, but we don't know what we're going to land on. Yeah.
It's all,
We don't want to say something.
We had a better beat on it until today when we got the rest of the pricing, and some of the stuff is skewed, and I don't know. They gave estimates before they had the pieces in hand. Now they have stuff in hand. They're like, wait a second, this is, I don't know.
Oh, we never went over the unpainted thing.
Oh, yeah. Right. So our current plan is to not do unpainted, mostly because it's too complicated on our end right now. Like we have so many between base engravings and all the flavors and the bits. We already have so many sets to track, and if we added unpainted in there, it would just multiply everything times 2. So like right now, let's say we unlock 5 base engravings and the plain base. So that's 6 base options times 5 flavors of reliquaries. So we already have 30 options for the 7-die array. If we added unpainted in there, that would make it 60 options just for the 7-die array, which is it just kills us on fulfillment and the whole thing. It's too many things to track. So we're currently not planning to do unpainted, which I know is going to be disappointing for some people because this would be a fun, right? Just doing the singular piece, paint it to match your PC or whoever. It's like I think you said it's like a bust. It's like a larger size thing, whatever. But it's currently not in the plans. But we'll see. If this thing is like a raging success and everybody is just like banging the drum for it, and we kind of blow past every stretch goal we had, and we're looking at the numbers are like, well, I think we'll see. But right now it's not in the plans. But it's just too complicated because what it is. I think we're letting everybody do everything a la carte also, so you can just get if you just want to get 4 of these, you can, or if you want to get 6 of these, you can, or whatever. Like we're trying to give people as much flexibility as we can, but then multiplying everything again by times 2, and multiplying all the pledge levels times 2, and trying to make it as sort of simple as possible to get in and understand.
Would it be a thing then where if we only offer them as solo sculpt add-ons, unpainted, would that simplify it, or would it, like if you couldn't get the pledges unpainted?
Maybe it's still more SKUs to track and more stuff for fulfillment, and the other thing, and trying to normalize the prices. So part of the challenge is having all these things that are sort of radically different, trying to price them all the same. We used paint as one of the ways to kind of balance where you could have a more complicated paint job on so like the dwarf is actually a more complicated sculpt is a lot of pieces and a lot of undercuts. Is a multi-part. It's a crazy thing. It's a harder sculpt than the Phoenix in terms of molding. So the Phoenix has a more elaborate paint job than the Dwarf. So then they kind of normalize out on pricing. So then you lose that when you just offer it unpainted. Then it's harder to get the normalized prices. Maybe they each have different price. I don't know. It's just a whole, like we barely can get like we're launching in a week and we still don't have. We literally haven't plugged the prices in, much as put all the graphics out with the prices. All the, we like just getting it together as is already going to be a scramble. So I think it's more that we're trying to bite off just the right amount to chew, rather than what we always do is too much.
It's not a thing where we don't want to do unpainted. It's a thing where we have to make sure that we can execute on this thing.
Yeah, we just don't have time. I don't want to ruin Thanksgiving and run the thing later. Like we got to get this thing done now, and we'll see how it goes. Like let's see, if tons of people are dying for it, whatever. Let's see how the campaign goes. Maybe it's a thing that I don't know. I don't want to promise unpainted at some point along the line, but it's let's see how it shakes out. But right now, all we can sort of handle is getting painted versions out there.
There's a couple others. Ryan Norris
says,
if it goes well, would you consider unpainted in the Pledge Manager?
Maybe, yeah. It's like we have to sort of see how it all shakes out and assess what fulfillment looks like. The factory's still figuring out just all the pricing and all of this. So like when we kind of have a handle on what it is, then we can see what it is. Because also I don't want to deliver late. I don't want to there's so many. How late are we on Wildlands? When was that supposed to ship? June?
Yeah.
The first boat hasn't landed and we're about to hit November. So I don't know what the months are in there. So it's, it's a pandemic and there's a global shipping crisis and there's a lot of stuff that's out of our hands. But still, like, if Wildlands was simpler, we would have had a better chance of doing it closer to on time.
Don't do a gridless again. We are going to offer these gridless. If anybody,
we got the latest, all the production samples of the train trays gridded and gridless, and they look fantastic. We'll show them next week. Now we're gonna look at Reliquaries next week. I don't know.
We've got the update going out soon, so they'll be in there.
Take pictures of them. Yeah, they look really good.
How do we measure success for the Kickstarter? Personally, I'm looking more at backer number
of backers.
Amount raised, because that's our whole thing here.
We're going to get the highest number of backers we've ever had. That would be the goal.
Yeah, because we know this is going to be a lower buy-in than Terrain.
Mm-hmm. And it's great, right? If you show up and you just buy an ability tracker, that's awesome, right? Like if you've never gotten any DF stuff and you just buy the ability tracker and you use that and that increases your game, and then every time you look at it, man, those folks at DF, they made an awesome thing for my game. That's a win. Because then, maybe you'll come back and get something else on the site, or maybe you'll join another Kickstarter, or maybe you'll tell your friends that you love DF, or nothing else. Maybe you never buy anything else again, but you use that ability tracker for the rest of your life and it makes your game better. We win.
Yeah, I think the main thing is we really want to get Dwarven Eye in as many people's hands as possible.
Yes.
Because we believe in the product to the point that we think the biggest barrier to people not wanting this stuff is just them not once you hold it, once you feel it.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what we need. We just need to get it in people's hand.
Yes. And they'll have fun. You're at the table and you take your.
Should be more players versus the usual DM customers. But yeah, we feel like we can hit a lot more people with these. And so there's been a lot of talking and thought about. We're doing our video stuff a lot more differently than usual. We're trying a lot of stuff with outreach that's different. We're doing things with streams that are different. Like we're trying as much as possible to get people to see this that wouldn't normally be into our terrain.
Yep. And that would be the success if we can reach a bunch of new folks and get them excited to get some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Give them an awesome place to put their dice, right? People slide this up on their shelf and be like, look, this is the cool thing. It's between my two gargantuan dragons. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a win. Or put it on your desk. Use it. Don't even put dye in it. Use it as a sculpture, as a paperweight on your desk, or whatever.
Used to be great for initiative as well. Actually, give one to each player and have their roll on it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, you could use this for tracking. Those could be initiative trackers.
You could lay them out and put like.
And you could
you could put the player. You could put the little white dry erase. You could put the player names on the bottom of things and have them laid out.
You could literally have one for each character. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's really fun.
What you could do, you could have the mini inserts on top, and that could be holding their minis when you're out of combat, and then you get into combat,
Bloop,
and you put
drop them in.
Yeah, you swap the mini with their initiative die.
Well, the other thing, someone in the focus group suggested, and I think we talked about it before, was you could have. For death saves, you could have five reliquaries that you bring out with the dice for the death saves. So you have to take one off each time you make your death save. It's like make it a ritual.
Sticker stock's the only amount I see being the issue. That's also what we're trying to make these as affordable as possible. That's why we really want to lean on these ability trackers as like a really good entry point. We could talk for ages about it, and we often will. But it's late. Man,
let's call it a night.
Yeah, so I mean, next
1
time
week.
we see you guys, 1 week. We launch at noon on Wednesday. We'll be starting our launch stream at 11:30 Eastern. Is the current plan? Maybe do 11. People want us to zoom out so they can see all the stuff. Somebody also asked to see the 5 heroes next to each other.
That's our outro.
That's our outro. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah, so the plan, noon Eastern is when the campaign launches. Planning to start.
Do we start the stream before launch? Is that
That's what we did for Wildlands. We started in a half hour before and talked to people. Or did we start an hour before? I can't remember.
I don't know. Let's do short and sweet and get out of there.
We watched the Kickstarter video as soon as it went live. We watched it with everybody, which maybe we'll do that again this time. The Kickstarter video, the video approach is extremely different this time around.
It's all a Ravenado.
Yeah, it's all Ravenado.
A Technado.
It's all Technado.
Everything's Technado these days.
That's all these kids keep talking about Technados. But yeah, light on the heroes. Oh, I can't. Which lights are all right? Hang on. Hey, that one helped actually. Oh god, the problem is they all want to be lit differently.
I know.
Oh god. The Elven's just kind of out of the spotlight currently. We can't spend our time doing this.
Here. And I turned off all the LEDs inside. Elf is still out of the.
Look at that lineup. Look at these different families.
Oh, here, I'll put this guy.
5 families, all alike in dignity.
This star-crossed Kickstarter.
I hope not. Please don't say that. If after all of this, oh man, no. All right.
Yeah,
I'm happy. I'm very confident in what we've got here. I think we've made cooler stuff than anybody could have imagined if we had just told them this idea on paper.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you'll join us next week. You don't have to join the stream. Just join the Kickstarter. Throw in $1 and watch the antics.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm not gonna.
In a week.
Made our pitch. 1 week.
1 week
since you looked at me.
All right,
let's go.
Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the feedback. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you soon. Be safe. Good night. It's on a boat.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Who?